All right. We are live on YouTube. On time, live and on time. Tucker's got that, Paul. Oh, no. What's going on here? All right. You sure you want Paul right there? All right, boys. This is for all the marbles. 8 men enter, only 2 men leave. Marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. 21-5 B main underway. Everyone's off. Decent start. Oh, and Andrew hooks a pipe. Drops down a spot. That lets Carlos move into that 2 spot. Jaden's hanging on that 1 spot. And I know who's Carlos. That's Van Wagner making a huge move into that chicane. Brushes Menicosi aside and then subsequently biffs it. So he gains the spot and then loses it real quick. Jaden doing everything he can to give up his top spot. Here comes Carlos. Jaden out front. Carlos in the 2. Jaden bonks it, puts it upside down, has to get marshaled out, falls into the 2 spot. That puts Carlos out with a big lead. Jaden in that 2 spot. Not sure who that is in the 3, but he went a little wide, and Chris Van Wagner went under. Jaden trying to make a move, doesn't make it, puts a good split upside down that bull turn, has to get marshaled out by Paul Weir. So he has a rough go in these opening laps here. Carlos Johnson taking advantage. Chris Van Wagner in that 2 spot, holding strong. In that 3 spot, that's Chris Hader, but he bonks, he gets hooked in the pipe. Has to get marshaled out. So that moves Menicosi up to a spot. Jaden goes huge on the inside of that center, takes over that 3 spot. So we got Carlos out front, Van Wagner in the 2. Jaden trying to charge hard. Van Wagner hooks the pipe, marshals himself, loses a little bit of time, lets Jaden sidle up to him just a little bit as they come off that straightaway. They get at each other. Make sure we keep it clean. Just be patient. Keep it clean. Jaden wants that 2 spot. He takes it back, going inside in that bolt turn, and then almost biffs it, puts it upside down again. Man, he is a man running wild. He is running fast and loose. Gets a little squirrely into that chicane. That moves Menicosi back into that 3 spot. Watch coming out of start finish. Watch coming by the start finish. That's going to be your leader coming by the start finish right now. Thank you very much. Was Reggie giving him room. Thank you very much. So Carlos out front working his way through that chicane up onto the straightaway. Van Wagner holding strong in that 2 spot coming down the straightaway. So you're going to have 2 coming up behind you, Reggie. And then 3 and 4 battling out. Menicosi and Jaden cannot get away from one another. Menicosi with the smooth and steady. Jaden all trigger all the time. See who's going to pay off. Andrew gets around, puts it upside down, collects Reggie. That lets Jaden move into that 3 spot. He's going to try to set his sights. He's going to set his sights on that 2, Chris Van Wagner. Let's see if Chris Van Wagner can hang on that 2 spot. There goes Jaden. Jaden settling in a little bit. Got a decent lamb in through that rumble strip into the chicane. He is closing hard on Chris Van Wagner. Carlos not gaining much distance either. So Carlos and Van Wagner battling out for that number 1 spot. Jaden Lumen not that far behind in that 3 spot. And he is right on Chris Van Wagner's tail. Chris Van Wagner gives a little extra trigger through that tabletop section. You can feel Jaden breathing out his neck to make sure we keep everything copacetic as we're battling out for spots. 1, 2, and 3 are all boogered up with each other. Under that tabletop they go. Van Wagner spins it around. That lets Jaden into that 2 spot. So Jaden, after a rough start, can settle in. He's got one of those transfer spots right now. I don't think he's going to settle, though. He wants to get around Carlos and put some distance. But Carlos is keeping it wide, keeping his line wide, and then Jaden puts it upside down. Wagner almost got around it, but did not. So Jaden stays out in that 2 spot. Carlos able to gap out just a little bit with 63 seconds left. It's a little less than a minute.
1 minute left.
Hold, and go. Jaden puts it upside down by the start-finish line. Has to get marshaled out. Chris Van Wagner's not close enough, but gains ground. As Andrew Menicosi gaining ground as well. Van Wagner gets wrong on the rumble strip. That makes Menicosi get around, so Menicosi's found his way back into that 3 spot. So 1, 2, and 3 are still close, just different names. That was Van Wagner putting it upside down again, so he's going to fall back in the closing 30 seconds here. So Carlos out front. Jaden in that 2 spot. Medicosi looming in the distance, waiting to pick up some pieces. If these top 2 drivers get into each other, there's no need to. They just need to run clean, decent laps here if they want to punch their ticket into that A main. 17.5 B main, you guys are coming up next. You guys should be spooled up and ready to go. Less than 5. Oh, Jaden get it upside down. Jaden and Carlos both get into it. Jaden lets them go. It's probably the right thing to do. That lets Medicosi move into the lead. With time expiring, it's going to come down to these last couple turns. Here comes Carlos and Jaden. Jaden and Carlos, who's going to get by the start-finish line? Jaden goes forward, doesn't make it. So falls apart in the last closing seconds. That led Andrew to pick up those pieces, take the win. Carlos Johnson in the 2. Jaden on the outside looking in, waiting on Anton. Anton is the last man by the start-finish line. That is a race. All stop. Andrew Medicosi, Carlos Johnson, you guys are bumping up into that A main, so make sure you make your accommodations, but you do need to be out on the track for this next race. Our 17.5 B main. Oh, there you are. Yeah. All right, we can go and put our rollers down, our blowers down. Race number 2, 17.5 B main. I'm going to let you loose here in just a couple seconds. Blowers down. Obey your race director at all times. All right,
1 minute to
race
start
number
the
2,
race.
you guys are going to roll them out. Check them in. Thank you, Paul. In that 5 spot, Reggie Shepard. In the 4, Brian Davis. In the 3, Lyle Lamb. Mike Cocotte in the 2 spot.
Reggie Shepard.
And our BQ for tonight, Nick Bayette.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
So, 5-car dance. Only room for 2 to bump into the big show.
30 seconds to the start of the race. Lyle Lamb. Nick Bayette.
All right. Go ahead and grid them up. In the 5, Reggie Shepard. In the 4, Brian Davis. In the 3, Lyle Lamb. In the 2, Mike Cocotte. In the 1, Nick Bayette. Grid them up.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Okay, I'll get you. All right, I'll get you when you come by the line. No
Less
biggie.
than 5.
Thank you for telling me. All right, Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. All right, 5-car dance nights. Clean start. 17.5 B main is underway. Bayette hanging on to that whole shot.
Transponder 3227603. Brian Davis.
All right, everyone running close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down that straightaway. Someone pushed it a little bit wide. I think that was Mr. Lamb pushed a little bit wide. Guy got around him. Nick Bayette looking good on that lap. Cocotte looking good. And now that was Reggie getting it wrong by the start-finish line. That allows Lamb to get around to that 3 spot. Then Reggie puts upside down again. That's going to let Davis get around. So Reggie, with a couple of early mistakes, drops him down to the bottom of the grid. Bayette trying to break away just a tad. Cocotte wants to break away as well, but Lyle Lamb is not going to let him do so. Watch by the start-finish line. Yeah, you do. All right, there's 1 and 2 breaking away. They're working through that bull turn. There's Nick Bayette by the start-finish line. Gap was 1.9. Here comes Cocotte. That's a paint job, I remember. 3.6. So Bayette able to gap out just a little bit. Gap between 3 and 4 was 6.3. It is still 6.3. With 150 in, 3:10 to go. Our top two looking getting that transfer into the big show, Nick Bayette and Mike Kokot. Kokot made up some time on that last lap. Able to wick up about 6/10 there, so 2 seconds separate 1 and 2. Kokot enjoying a 7.5 second lead over Lamb. There's O's Lamb down the straightaway. He's trying to put his head down, get some good laps in, see if he can make something out of this B main here with halfway down, halfway to go. So, Kokot stringing some laps together now. He's got the lead down to just a second now. He's definitely catching Bayette. Not sure if Bayette's shifting down a gear just to make it around clean run.
2 minutes left.
Either of these two, though, are going to fight it out. Watch by the start finish. Go low in the start finish. Reggie, those are your leaders working with you. Now, there's Bayette making a little bit of mistake. Applies a little too much torque. Trying to get out of there and spins it around. That moves Kokot in the one. That's probably the only way they're going to pass one another or try to is if there is a mistake. So Kokot moves into that one. Bayette in the 2. Lyle Lamb in the 3. Then we got Reggie Shepard and Brian Davis rounding out the field with 1:25 left. Kokot looking nice and smooth in his TLR kit. Nick Bayette finding his groove too in his associated B6.3.
1 minute left.
Top two guys working well together, not being aggressive with one another. That's the name of the game, trying to bump out of these lower mains into the main event. They come down the straightaway. Kokot and Bayette, nose to tail. Kokot gets a little wrong, catches the edge of that triple, flips it upside down, loses a spot. 30 seconds left, 30 seconds left. Lyle's closing the distance. Gap was 8.8. We'll see where it is when he comes by the line. It's 5.3. 20 seconds left. It's going to take a big mistake, though, for these top two guys if Lyle Lamb's going to be around to pick up the pieces. There goes 1 and 2. There goes Bayette upside down and collects Kokot. They're waiting for one another. Now's not the time to fool around. This is going to be your last lap with 3 seconds left. So 1, 2, and 3 make goodbye for that final lap. So make it around clean. Otherwise, Lyle's going to snatch it up. No, Lyle puts it upside down. That chicane falls back. That is time. Reggie, you were done. Brian Davis, you were done. There's your winner, Nick Bayette. Oh, Nick let him go by for that number 1 spot. Kokot in the 2. Lyle Lamb still running. Takes a little shortcut. Doesn't quite work out for him. And there he goes by the start and finish line in that 3 spot. I'll stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Up next is our 2-wheel drive novice A-main.
The race is completed.
All right, our race number 3, Novice A-Main, featuring Connor Cooley and Jeremy Park coming up in just a few seconds. We need all those drivers from race number 2 out on the track, please. All right, race number 2, 75 B-Main. We need you out on the track. Race number 3, you guys can go and roll them out. Check them in. Jeremy Park in the 2. Connor Cooley in the pole position.
One minute to the start of the race.
All right. We need Reggie, Chris Van Wagner, Kevin. Oh, so what's going on? I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Stand by, stand by. Nick Bayette, Mike Cocott, Lyle Lamb, Brian Davis, and Reggie Shepard. Need you out on the track, please. Nice. All right, we need a couple volunteers. Couple volunteers, please. So we need 1, 2, 3 volunteers. One underneath the driver's stand. I'm sorry, one underneath the scoring booth, one in the center, and one on the end of the straightaway. Coming on the straightaway. There you go. All right, Bayette's got one. We need 2 more marshals. 2 more marshals, one in the center. Oh, yeah, I picked Dan. I need you as well underneath the right here. Pretty please. And Chris Van Wagner is going to take that center area. Thank you very much. All right, no one else down the straightaway. Mr. Cooley and Mr. Park, we're going to be lining up on the straightaway in your respective order. So Cooley will be in that 1 bracket, and Jeremy Park will be in that 2 bracket. So come around to the straightaway. All right, there you go. So when I call go on the tone, you guys, it's game on. Don't booger each other up in the first corner. Marshals ready, drivers ready, novice A-main coming at you at the sound of the tone. Novice A-main is I. Nice work, Mr. Park. Checking up just a little bit. That's the way to start. So we got Connor and Jeremy going at it neck and neck by that start-finish line. Let's see if we can keep this interesting here. Through the chicane they go. Rubber side down. It's slow and smooth. Steady is the fastest way around the track in this novice division. Whoever keeps the rubber side down the longest is probably going to win. So Cooley puts it upside down. That moves Park into that 1 spot in his wide dump truck. So keep that, keep your line nice and smooth, and you're gonna be tough to get around there. So here they come, Park and Cooley down the straightaway, down through that sweeper. All right, everyone, these two keeping each other honest, working their way in that tabletop section through the rumble strip. Park and Cooley driving. Oh, Cooley goes huge. Gets around Park there. Scratch that other way around. No, it's not. No, that was Cooley. Cooley goes huge down the straightaway, moves into that lead, puts Parker into that 2 spot. As they come around, then he puts it sideways, and there comes slow and steady. Jeremy Park in that short course SC10, reclaiming that lead. So through the chicane he goes. So Jeremy Park leaning out, coming off that straightaway, followed by Connor. Connor with a quick and nimble 2-wheel drive buggy. Jeremy Park with that short course truck. Doesn't have quite as much power, a little bit more weight, but he's keeping it slow and steady, and that is winning the race right now. He is gained a straightaway right there, so he's off the straightaway, and Connor Cooley, just keep a cool head there. Just put down laps, and you'll catch back up there. Just don't get too nervous. 2:10 in, 2:40 to go. There comes Jeremy. Down the straightaway he goes in his SC10. Red, white, and blue, white wheels. Working his way through that center section. A little kiss off the pipe, but no harm there. Allows Cooley to close a little bit of his distance. There you go, Connor. That was a good lap there. Gap is 1.4, so these two novice drivers keeping it interesting here. In this A-main, there's only 2 of them. Both of them won it. Nice. Park puts it on 2 wheels, but saves it. Allows Cooley to get around. Then Cooley puts it upside down, marshals himself out there, side by side by the start-finish line. Oh, Cooley puts it upside down. He's going to have to get marshaled out. Take a deep breath. Reset that brain. Just get some smooth laps in. Park's probably telling me to shut up, quit giving him tips. Park's in that short course. He's been steady. Consistency wins over top speed any day of the week, and right now it's paying off for Jeremy Park. Jeremy Park has very few mistakes, and he's out in the lead. Down the straightaway he goes. He's got a 3.1 second. However, that will be gone real quick with a mess up, so keep her upper side down. 1:15 to go, 1:15 to go. Parker out front. Parker's got it. Cooley wants it. Cooley cages the pipe. Park puts it upside down. Marshals himself out. So each of them giving up a little bit of time. Cooley got the better end of it, and then he puts it upside down on that chicane. 50 seconds left, 50 seconds left in our novice. A-Main. Up next is our 21.5 A-Main. There goes Park. Gap was 3.7. It's going to be a little bit larger there. Now it's 4 flat. 35 seconds left. They're going to get around for at least 2 more. This one and 1 more. Keep a rubber side down, nice and smooth. Easy, easy. Oh, Park puts it upside down. And then Cooley answers in time, so every time Park tries to give it up, Cooley bonks it as well. So Park's still out front with 10 seconds left. They're both going to get around. This is going to be the last lap. Keep a rubber side down, boys. Keep a rubber side down right now. Park's out front with a hefty lead. We'll see what happens as he works his way through that center section. Nice through that triple into the bull turn. Up that kicker he goes. And sends it across that floater and taking the win. Jeremy Park, Connor Cooley in that 2 spot. Good race, boys. Usually don't have novice that close for that long, so well done, boys. That was a good race. I'll stop. Marshals, grab your blowers.
The race is completed.
We're going to need Mr. Park and Mr. Cooley out on the track along with several volunteer marshals. Our 21.5 two-wheel buggy A-Main is going to be up just a few moments. All right, we get our blowers down. Let's get our marshals out to the track, please. 25 A-Main drivers, you guys go roll them out, check them in.
"45 seconds to the start of the race. Carlos Johnson. Mike Caller. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Leigh Anderson.
All right, we're going to need several volunteers. We only had 2 in that last race.
Wrong way driver.
We got a couple of you guys out there already volunteering. I appreciate it. We got our 2 novice drivers out there. We're still going to need a couple more, though. We're going to need
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Underneath the timing and scoring booth and 1 in the chicane. So 2 volunteers, please. 2 volunteers out on the track, please.
Less than 5.
All right. No one else down the back straight. In that 10 spot, Carlos Johnson. In the 9, Andrew Menicosi. In the 8, Mike Caller. In the 7, Kevin Cornwell. In the 6, Les Anderson. In the 5, Mike Sora. In the 4, Mike Kokot. In the 3, Nick Bayette. In the 2, Zach McConnell. And our top qualifier for tonight, Paul Weir. We need 1 marshal in the chicane. 1 marshal in the chicane, please. 1 volunteer marshals. 1 marshal in the chicane. It's an easy spot. It's an easy spot right over there on the very end there into that switchback. Thank you. Varsity RD, Richard Lake. Take one for the team. All right, boys. Let's keep it clean. Keep it above the belt. And let's get it on at the sound of the tone. It's 21-5. A-main is underway. Pretty decent start. You guys marshal yourselves. You guys are going to be going for 6 minutes. Decent first round. Oh, watch coming on that straightaway. Someone got it wrong. Oh, no, it was Paul Weir getting it wrong. Falling to the back of the order. Zach McConnell says, I don't need to study for no stinking finals. I'm staying for an A-main. And he puts it upside down, has to get marshaled out, but stays out front. So Zach McConnell out front. That's Nick Bayette in that 2 spot. Mike Soren into that 3. Les Anderson. Then we got Cornwell, Caller, Johnson, Menicozy, Cocott. And then here comes our top qualifier off that straightaway. He had a rough couple laps there. He's going to have to put his head down. Well, and he lost a wing. Well, that's not going to help. No wing is no bueno. Everyone gather around and watch this. Watch Paul Weir coming off the straight. Not too bad. Zach McConnell still out front. Nick Bay in the 2. Mike Soar in that 3 spot. Mike Soar got it wrong. He's going to lose a couple of spots. Watching that bull turn. Help him out. Help him out. Thank you very much. That was Bayette getting it wrong. That allows, double duty there. That was Menicozy getting it wrong. He had worked his way up quite a bit. And then someone else gets it wrong there. That's someone broken right there. Who was that? Nick Bayette busts out. I don't know what's going on right now. Who's out front? Zach McConnell still out front. Where is he at? Coming down the straightaway, I believe. Yeah. Mr. Cocott. Someone's coming up right behind you. Your leader. Menicozy. Trying to do his best to break his car. Man, it is a whirlwind of hair, teeth, and fist. Did you guys go to the bar in between practice and the main? Holy crap. Zach in the 1. Les in the 2. Mike Caller in that 3. Kevin Cornwell in that 4 spot. There's goes Zach McConnell by that start-finish line. Where is Les Anderson at? Les Anderson now coming by the start-finish line. So Zach breaking away. He's got a huge lead as he comes off that straightaway. Sorry about that, Zach. You had some slower traffic. I did not call them out, but you got plenty of fresh track out in front of you. Zach McConnell way out front through that chicane he goes. 21-5 car looking nice and dialed. Les Anderson's in that 2 spot. He's going to be the closest threat, and that's 6.6 back. Mike Collar 1 second off the back door of Les Anderson. So Collar and Anderson are going at it through that center section right now. Coming up on the back door, the wingless wonder, Paul Weir. Paul Weir is actually keeping it down pretty decent without that rear wing. I'm sure he wishes he had it, though. Onto the straightaway he comes, and there is number 2 down the straightaway, and there's 3 down the straightaway. So Les able to pull about a second lead, so he's about 2 seconds ahead in that 3 spot. So we got McConnell, Anderson, Caller in the 1, 2, and 3. Then we got Cornwell, Johnson, Menicozy, Cocott, Sora, and Weir. Bayette breaking out early. Up next is our 17-5 A-main after we put down a little bit of water. Watch going on that straight. That was Caller getting it wrong, so he's going to drop down a spot. Cornwell took over a spot there. I believe the 3 spot, if I'm not mistaken. That is McConnell. Sorry about that, McConnell. Carlos letting him get around there. Zach McConnell not leaving anything to chance. He may not get an A in his final, but he's might get an A here in this 21-5 as he comes down the straightaway with the 7.1 second lead with a minute 40 left. Zach McConnell in that 1, Les Anderson in the 2, Cornwell in the 3. Caller in that 4 spot. Those 2 are battling it back and forth. Not too far off the back door of one another. I believe Menicosi's in that. Watch that straight. Pull that car. Pull that car. Pull that car. That was Sora. Sora throwing in that towel. Carlos spinning around, getting on that straightaway, but doesn't get in anyone's way. There's Zach McConnell. Nothing but air in front of him. He's got a 7.7 second lead, and here comes number 2 by that start-finish line, Les Anderson. So everyone 1, 2, and 3 is gapping out. They all got a huge gap between one another. Cornwell in that 3 spot. Caller in that 4. Cocott and Caller is not our closest battle. Our closest battle is going to be between Cornwell and Caller right now. 1.7 separates the two with 45 seconds left. 45 seconds left. Cornwell and Caller is the closest battle, and even that is not that close. Cornwell's got a couple turns on Caller. It's going to take a mistake here. Everyone else trying to battle out for those lower spots there. 30 seconds to go. Up next, 17.5. Main after a little bit of water. Less than 10. There's not a battle to be had here in this closing seconds here. This 21.5. Everyone's sitting comfortable in their various positions. That is time on the master. You are done when you cross the line. Caller, you are done. Menicosi, you are done. Everyone else keep going until I say you're done. Caller, you're done. Zach McConnell, you are done. Taking that win. Waiting on Anderson. Cornwell, Cocott. Waiting on Cornwell. Where is Cornwell? There he is. Down the straightaway he goes. Everyone else is done. Everyone else is done. Cornwell in that 3 spot. So taking that win. It's going to show his teacher he got an A last night racing. Zach McConnell in that 1. Less than the 2. Cornwell in that 3 spot. Marshals, please grab your blowers. Grab your blowers. We're going to put a little water down. Then we'll get to race number 5 underway.
All right, 21 and 5. Main event drivers, I need you guys out on the track around to your marshalling spots. I don't want to be looking for anybody out there. I need all my marshals from race number 4 out on the track. I need Bayette, Peters. Excuse me. Let's try that again. I need Weir, McConnell, Bayette, Cocott, Sora, Cornwell, Caller, Menicosi, and Johnson. All right, I need you guys out around the track on the bright blue clones. Qualifying the 10 spot, Nick Bayette. In the 9, Mike Cocott. In the 8, Dan Collinsworth. In the 7, Kyler Cornwell. In the 6, Rich Williams. In the 5 will be Adam Peters. In the 4 will be Jimmy Leff. In the 3 will be Ryan Prince. In the 2 will be Willie Smith. And on the pole will be Aaron Brown. I'd be more than happy to do your job for you. 10-minute A main for 17.5. You guys will explode.
Nick Bayette.
We'll do 6 minutes
Williams.
because that's what we do. We'll do 6 minutes for mod and 6 minutes for four-wheel drive. So again, huge thanks for everyone coming out tonight. You got the B squad on the microphone right now, so A squad will be on the microphone on Saturday. All right, let Mr. Leffler get the hose off the track. We'll let him get up on the driver's stand, assume his position that he's so known for. I got Menicosi there. I got McConnell there. Caller there. Johnson there. The Wingless Wonder over there. Sora over here. And with that being said, drivers ready. Roll them out. Check them in. This is your 17.5 A main event coming at you here in full effect. Brown on the pole, looking to take the crown. Smith trying to play the card and upset the dance.
Aaron Brown.
Prince on the outside
William
looking
Smith.
in.
Kyler Cornwell. Adam Peters. Dan Collinsworth. Ryan Prince. Mike Cocott.
Leffler, Peter, Williams, Cornwell, Collinsworth,
Leff.
Cocott, and Bayette. That's going to be my top 10. All right, we'll give you guys another lap, and I'm going to say track is looking pretty good. Mr. Bayette, are you making this race? Inquiring minds want to know. And with that being said, Collinsworth, last one by the line. No more laps, no more laps. Back straightaway is closed. Back straightaway is closed. Subjective hearing, apparently, from the top qualifier. All right. Conjunction junction, what's the malfunction? Brown on the pole, Smith in the 2, Prince in the 3, Leffler in the 4, Peters in the 5, Williams in the 6, Cornwell in the 7. Even Common Core math can figure that one out. Collinsworth in the 8, Cocott in the 9, Bayette on the 10. Nick, you need to take a warm-up lap? Need to brush the sweat out of your eyes? You good? You golden? Fantastic. All right. You kids know the gig. Make your passes clean. Get through the first couple turns. It's on like Donkey Kong. 6-minute A main event coming at you at the sound of the tone. And we are locked in, loaded. Brown going to be leading us out. Smith in the 2, Prince in the 3. Top 3 front runners already soon to breakaway. That is Brown, Smith, Prince, Leffler, and Peters. Then you got Cornwell, Cocott, Bayette, Collinsworth, and Williams. Williams trying to go over the top. Collinsworth says, no, 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 not in my matumbo. He's got a 4-car dance off the end of straightaway. Williams in that 6 spot. Scratch that in the 8 spot. Oh, what was that? Aaron Brown. Oh, Heartbreak Kid sawing off the front end. That's going to put Willie Smith in the front. So all eyes on the TLR camp looking at Ryan Prince. So it's Smith, Prince, Peters, Leffler, Cornwell now popping it. Watching the center triple, watching the center triple, watching the center triple. That was Williams getting it wrong in the center. He's going to drop back into the top 10. Actually, top 9. Aaron Brown going to have to sit by the sidelines and wait till Saturday. Uh-oh. Willie Smith leading out. Ryan Prince in that 2. Adam Peters in the 3. Cornwell now popping up into the 4. Peters getting it wrong. Cornwell to the inside. Sticks in and wins it. So now it's Associated. Losi. Associated. Peters getting it wrong. Coming straight away. Weir like a gazelle. right there to get him. You're watching Willie Smith leading us out. Ryan Prince tastes the rainbow in that 2 spot. Kyler Cornwell into 3. Leffler in the 4. Leffler gets it wrong top of the hill and then tries to marshal himself and drops it to the top 5. Cocott, Bayette, and Collinsworth. You'll have leader. Oh, Willie Smith getting it wrong by the start-finish line. Prince tries to go to the inside. Marshall top of the hill. Marshall top of the hill. Watch top of the hill. Watch top of the hill. Marshals, keep an eye on your areas. So it is Willie Smith leading out off the end of straightaway. Ryan Prince, Kyler Cornwell hooked up and honking. Cornwell not the greatest qualifying effort, but getting it on in the main event. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. Smith leading out. Prince in the 2. Cornwell in the 3. Peters in the 4. Leffler in the 5. Cocott taking the option line on that one. No harm, no foul. Back up front, Willie Smith. Got a rear view mirror full of Ryan Prince. White into the green and fluorescent neon red. Through the rubble bump section they go. Prince gets it wrong. Cornwell looking to the inside, not able to capitalize. Smith pulling out about a straightaway lead on your 2nd and 3rd place cars. Meanwhile, back in 4th is going to be Adam Peters. Rich Williams, you'll have leader 2nd and 3rd coming upon you soon enough. Just letting you know who's on your 6th. Peters in the 4. Leffler in the 5. Collinsworth in the 6. No, Williams in the 6. With 3 minutes in, halfway home. Willie Smith leading out by the start-finish line. He goes. Cornwell now picking up the top 2 over Prince. Prince going to settle back into that top 3. Through the switchback section they go. Coming down the back straightaway, it is Kyler Cornwell. 17.9 fast lap out of Cornwell. He is fast car on the track. 17.954 out of Willie Smith. Oh, my goodness. Cornwell getting it wrong in the center. Collects Prince. So rough bit of luck for Ryan Prince. He's going to drop way off the back door of Cornwell. And then Peters puts it upside down. Leffler puts it sideways, trying to do a pit maneuver on himself. Not quite sure how that works out, but you never know. In cosplay world, anything's possible. It's going to be Willie Smith leading out. Cornwell in the 2, Prince in the 3. Prince coming up on Dan. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Watching the bull turn. It is clear. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. With 4 minutes in, 2 to go. Smith leading out. Cornwell in the 2. Prince, Leffler, Peters, Williams, Collinsworth, Bayette, Cocott. Watch top of the hill. Watch top of the hill. That was Peters putting it upside down.
2 minutes
That's
left.
going to move Williams now into the top 5. Smith coming up on your top 2 front runners. There's Cornwell. Smith getting it wrong in the center. He's going to have to marshal himself out. But here comes Cornwell. Gap was 3.4. Cornwell got the afterburners on. In front of the driver's stand they go. Willie Smith leading out. Kyler Cornwell in the 2. 2/10 of a second. Separating 1st and 2nd. They're coming up on Cocott, Williams, and Peters. That'll be leader 2nd on you. Cornwell getting it wrong in the bull. That's going to give Willie Smith a huge sigh of relief. McConnell right there to get him. But here comes Ryan Prince now back in the foray. And then Smith puts it upside down. And then he gets collected by Cornwell. Caller right there to get him. So that's going to move Ryan Prince with that early Hanukkah gift up into that top spot. Watching the bull turn. Watching the bull turn. It is clear. Prince on top. Cornwell in the 2. Willie Smith going to drop it to the 3 with 5 minutes in, 1 to go. 5 minutes in, 1 to
1
go.
minute left.
It's Ryan Prince leading out. Coming down that back straightaway he goes. Cornwell and Smith. Smith off the end of the straightaway. Looking high, looking low. Ain't got nowhere to go. Trying to find a way around Cornwell. Cornwell gets it wrong in the center of the bowl. That moves Prince into the top spot still with Smith into the 2. They got Cocott in between with under 40 seconds to go. Cocott gets it wrong. Nicely done, Mike. Thank you very much for popping out of the way. With 35 seconds to go, they should get by for 2, possibly more. Kyler Cornwell put it upside down. That moves Jimmy left now up into the top 3. Leffler keep on digging. Cornwell spinning around in the bull turn. Smith spinning around by the start-finish line with less than 20. There's Prince off the end of straightaway. Here comes Smith off the end straightaway. Watching the bull turn. Less than 10. They should get by for 1. Prince puts it upside down. Willie Smith coming up on Bayette. He puts it upside down with less than 5. 2 and 1. That moves Leffler on by. Cornwell, you're going to get chopped to the line like an onion. Smith and Leffler are going to be going at it for 2nd and 3rd. Coming down the back straightaway. Smith and Leffler off the end of straightaway. Ryan Prince taking the win. You are done. Everybody else will be done. You cross our finish line. Coming through the center double-double. It's going to be Willie Smith sending it with Leffler in the 3. That is a race. I'll stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Race number 6. Two-wheel drive modified. Coming at you next.
Transponder 1157-135. Transponder 1157-135. Transponder 7716-188. Transponder 1157-135.
All right. 17-5 A-main drivers, we need you out on the field, please. We're going to get our mod drivers up and going here in just a second. Clear the track. Two-wheel mod, go ahead and roll them out, check them in. We need all of our 17-5 A-main drivers out on the track, please. All right, in that 8 spot, Lyle Lamb. In the 7, Paul Weir.
Ryan Caller.
In the 6, Dave Nani. In the 5, Kevin Gatton. In the 4, Scott Spear. In the 3, Ryan Prince.
Dave Nani.
In the 2, Ryan Caller. And
Lamb.
your reigning champion in the Pumpkin Spice Orange, Richard Lake in that 1 spot. We'll have Lyle, the last one down that straightaway. All right, no one else down the straightaway. Grid them up. 6 minutes of modified madness
1 minute to the
coming
start
at
of
you here shortly. Let's see how things go here.
the race. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, we got a full complement of marshals. Richard, are you anticipating
30 seconds
something
to the start
happening
of the
right
race.
there? It's not a lot of, doesn't sound too confident there. All right, marshals ready, drivers ready. Touch gloves, come out clean. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. 6 minutes, two-wheel mod made coming at you. Oh, Scott hooks a pipe. I didn't see if you hooked a pipe or someone spun your one. I'm not sure. He drops back to the back of the field there. Mr. Lake hanging on to that hole shot. Ryan Prince not letting him get away. Either is Ryan Callard or Kevin Gatton. Nani in the mix. Paul getting a little loosey-goosey coming down that straightaway. Now that he puts it upside down, gives Spear an easy pass. Watch coming off that straight. That was Lyle getting it wrong. Puts it right. Didn't see what happened there, but now Prince and Callard are 1 and 2. Richard falls to the 1. Prince gets it around, collects Lake, and Lake hooks it into the pipe. So unfortunate pile up there from a mistake there. It's costing some people. I think that put Callard out front. Kevin Gatton moves into that 2. Lake moves to that 3 spot. Then it's Nani, Spear, Lake. Nani pushes it wide. Spear and Lake both take advantage and get around. So Spear and Lake seeing what they can do to work together maybe and catch these top 3 drivers. Top 3 drivers coming off the straightaway, working their way in that bull section. Lyle promptly gets out of the way. Thank you, sir. So 1, 2, and 3 by the start-finish line, all separated by less than a second. Then 3 and 4 battling it out. Spear puts it upside down. That allows Lake to get in that 4 spot. And Nani to move into the 5 spot. So Lake nothing but clean air out in front of him as Callard, Gatton, and Prince battle it out coming onto that rumble section. Gatton tries to scissor kick Callard right in the gizzard. But they no harm, no foul there. And then Gatton gets around coming on that straightaway and falls. He does not fall the spot, but he falls off the pace. So Callard and Prince, associated, TLR. Then we got associated. Rounding out the field there. I should say Prince is the only one repping TLR tonight in this two-wheel drive A-main. two-wheel drive mod, I should say. There they are, 1-2. They are separated by 0.4 of a second. They have been nose to tail the last several laps. Lake doing what he can to catch up. Lake got around. Gatton didn't see what happened there. Gatton fell off, and Lake got around him. So Lake moves into that 3 spot. He's going to set his sights on the 1-2 cars as they battle out. Prince got around Caller there as I was calling out that 3 and 4 battle. So Prince moves in that lead through that chicane. I believe Prince won that 17.5. He wants to go back-to-back. Down the straightaway he goes in that TLR ride like he's on ice skates off that sweeper there. There's Prince and Caller separated by 4/10. 4/10 separate the two. They work their way into that chicane. That's going to be 1 and 2. Thank you, Mr. Nani. Watching that center triple. It is clear. It is clear. So Prince and Caller. Nice battle going on here. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go in our 6-minute A main. Looks like Gatton got back around Lake. And what happened there? Caller goes dead. So Caller goes dead after he was battling with Ryan Prince there. They were going toe-to-toe, and he falls out with technical difficulties. So that drops him off the pace there, and that moves Gatton into that 2 spot then. Prince has got a nice lead on 1 and 2 as 2 and 3 are battling it out off that straightaway. That's Gatton in the 2. Richard Lake in the 3. Working their way through that center section, through that bull turn. AE teammates by the start-finish line wanting to set their sights. Try to reel in Prince.
2 minutes left.
Wrong way driver does a little wrong way driving of his own, but gets himself right off that straightaway he goes. Gatton able to gap out just a little bit from Richard Lake. So both of them going to have clean track to work with there. And Prince doing everything he can. He wants to hang on to that lead. No mistakes yet out of Mr. Prince, with the exception of those first couple laps where everyone was kind of getting tangled up. 90 seconds left in our 6-minute main. Oh, Richard Lake pushes it upside down by the start-finish line. It's going to fall off the back door of Gatton there. So Gatton's going to be able to settle into that 2 spot. Someone got upside down in that center section. That was Scott Spear. So we got Prince, Gatton, Lake, Spear, Nani, Weir, Lamb rounding out the field here. And watching that bull turn, it is clear. That's you're going to have your leader working with you, Paul, and then Nani. Everyone be nice. Thank you very much. So we'll take a ride with our leader, Ryan Prince. Once he scores himself away, down the straightaway he goes. Gets around that sweeper. Double, triple, nice and smooth. Up that kicker. And over that floater by that start-finish line. 7.1 was the gap. Where is number 2? Here comes Scott Spear in that number 2. Kevin Gatton in that number 2 spot. 6.3 separates 1 and 2. 5.2 separates 2 and 3. That's your closest battle. So Ryan Prince looking to double up his wins with 15 seconds to go. He's got a huge lead. Looking good in that TLR raw speed rig. By the start-finish line he goes. That will likely be his victory lap. I don't think the number 2, Kevin Gatton, is going to make it by in time. He is not, because he is just off the straightaway right now. So that is time on the clock. You will be done when you cross the start-finish line. Lyle, you are done. Gatton, you are done in that 2 spot. Paul Weir, you're done. Prince trying to break it on the last go-around. And he wins. And there's Spear by the start-finish line and Nani by the start-finish line. So taking the win, a commanding win. Ryan Prince, nice job, my friend. Kevin Gatton in that 2 spot. Richard Lake taking after his buddy Jimmy Left, taking that 3 spot. That is the race. I'll stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. We're going to need all of those modified drivers out on the track for our final race. Race number 7, 13.5 4-wheel expert mod / sportsman. You guys are going to be up next. All right, my 4-wheel drive nerds. You guys can go to roll them out, check them in, clear the track. We got guys rolling in hot here. Four-wheel drive madness coming at you. In that last spot, what do we got here? 9 cars. In that last spot, 9, Anton Morissette. In the 8, Nick Bayette. In the 7, Brent Mann. In the 6,
Bushy.
Zach McConnell.
Kevin Gatton.
In the 5, Les
Rich
Anderson. In the 3, Tucker McCumber. In the 3,
Lee
Rich
Anderson.
Williams. In the 2 spot, Ryan Caller. And your top qualifier,
1 minute
Kevin
to the start of
Gatton.
the race. Brent Mann.
All right, no one else down the straight. No one else down the straight. Grid them up, grid them up. Where are our marshals at? Where are our mod marshals at? I know we got Caller and Gatton running back to back, so they're not here.
45 seconds to the start
Yeah,
of the
we
race.
need one coming onto the straightaway. We need one in the center section.
Anton Morissette.
And then we need one underneath the driver's stand.
.30 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah, under the driver's stand. Thank you very much. And
15
thank
seconds
everybody
to
for
start
coming
the
on
race.
out. Hope y'all had a good time. We're definitely making good time tonight.
Ryan
Hope you had a
Pollard.
good time. Thank you all for coming out. Next Wednesday will be our last race before Santa Claus comes. For everyone except for Nani. Nani was a bad boy this year. He ain't getting nothing. All right. Kyler got his rig up and running. All right, we got a full complement of marshals. So marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. So our 2 mod drivers are taking that whole shot. That's Gatton and Caller. Rich Williams trying to stay in that one spot for that expert class, followed by Tucker McCumber. Tucker spins it around just a little bit, marshals himself. That gives Rich a little bit of breathing room, but he's got Tucker right back on his tail. And then Les Anderson's going to want to get in that mix, as is Brent Mann. Brent Mann wants to get in it too. He wants to get that techno in the mix with all these AE and TLR cars. So going through that chicane, Caller out front, Gatton in the 2. Gatton puts it upside down. So Gatton's going to fall to the 2 in the mod class. And then we got Rich Williams breaking out front. Tucker with plenty of horsepower. Unfortunately, he's making a couple of mistakes there. That lets Les move into that 2 spot for the expert class. Tucker's going to fall all the way to the back there. Anton's going to take over that spot. All right, Caller, who was looking good in that 2-wheel mod with his unfortunate breakout. Brent Mann got it wrong right in front of someone else getting marshaled out, and he had to take care of business himself, loses quite a bit of time there. We got Rich Williams off the straightaway. Anderson off the straightaway. Tucker's trying to make strides, had flipped it over, had to get marshaled out by Paul Weir. That allowed Brent Mann to get around him. So Brent Mann rocking in that 3 spot right now in that expert division. Yeah, keeping track of our mod drivers there, running pretty close. Watch behind you, Crits. Thank you very much. Hey, we're just coming in hot. I want them to hit you. Caller puts it up on 2 wheels, has to slow down, settle it down, and that allows Gatton to close the gap just a little bit. Brent, you're going to have 1 and 2 working up on you with all the horsepower. Thank you very much. Well done. Game on for our mod 4-wheel drivers. Up onto that straightaway they go. It's still Caller and Gatton. And then on our expert division, we got Rich Williams, Les Anderson. Looks like Tucker moved into that 2 spot. Scratch that 3 spot. And Brent Mann in the 4. And then we got Anton dominating the dojo in the sportsman class. 2.5 down, 3.5 to go once I fix the timer here, because you guys are rolling for 6 minutes. There you go. 3.5 to go. Rich Williams still on top. Les Anderson, he's got 6.5 seconds on Les Anderson. Tucker closing the gap on Les Anderson. He's only 2 seconds back. Let's pick them up. They're both working their way through that center section. Anderson by the start-finish line. Gap was 2.1. Oh, no, he fell out the back. I was looking at the wrong car there. Looks like Caller gapping out a little bit from Kevin Gatton there. So Gatton by the start. Sorry, Caller by the start finish line. And here comes Gatton by the start finish line. Les Anderson still in that 2 spot. Watch that bull turn. Rich had nowhere to go. He was midair heading straight for Brent Mann. Looks like Brent Mann comes up dead. Watch off that straightaway. Watch off that straightaway. That was Anton getting it wrong. Let's pick up our mod drivers. There's Caller off the straightaway, followed by Rich Williams. Rich Williams holding strong in that number 1 spot in that expert division. There's Les Anderson off the straightaway. Tucker's in the 3. So, expert class. No one's really challenging anyone for a spot at the moment. 2 minutes left. There's only 3 left, so expert guys are all going to get a podium finish.
2 minutes left.
Caller lengthening out his stride. Off a Kevin Gatton mistake with a minute 45 left. Minute 45 left. And our final race of our Festivus clubbing. It's a Festivus for the rest of us. 1:30 left, 1:30 left. No need to, oh, Rich Williams trying to get cute. Bonks it, puts it upside down. Gave up a little bit of time. Les Anderson able to close up just a little bit. So Les Anderson sees Rich Williams. Don't know if there's going to be enough time.
1 minute left.
So Rich Williams and Les are going to be going at it. There's Rich by the start finish line. Gap was 2.7. Les gets it wrong. Got to marshal himself out. 4.3 with 45 seconds left. 45 seconds left. Again, puts it upside down. It's got to get marshaled out. So looks like everyone's got their positions, barring a disaster, sewn up. Caller's going to take the win in the mod division. Gad's going to settle. Oh, no, that was Anton. Busting out. No one close enough to catch him, though, in that sportsman class. So, despite him busting out, he's still going to take the win in that sportsman class. 15 seconds left, 15 seconds left. See if Gatton's going to get around for another one. Gatton's the only one close enough to do it, but there's only 5 seconds left. I don't think it's going to happen. 2 and 1 doesn't make it. Kevin Gagg chopped you at the line. Rich Williams, you were done, taking the win. Caller taking the win in the mod class. Les Anderson taking the 2 spot. Anton taking the win in sportsman, waiting on Tucker. Brent. And here comes Caller. All right, I'll stop. That is a race. That is a race. Thank you all for coming out. Hope you all had a good time. Make sure you guys drive home safe, and we'll see you all again on Saturday.
The race is completed.